Hi, it's Andrea Strang here at Gallery 222. You are here to experience our Close to Home exhibit. I'll have Sarah here. She's going to take all the pictures as I talk. But our idea for this show was to give back. I know it's a year out from all the craziness, and we feel optimistic, but there's still people struggling. So we wanted to, give back, and we came up with Close to Home because our artists, 18 of them, were all close to home, painting close to home, whether it was still life or local plein air. And we tapped into them to produce their latest and greatest over the last year. So that's what you're seeing. And there's 18 of them, and they have, agreed to give half their proceeds to the Chester County Rapid Response Fund. So that's under the umbrella of Chester County Community Foundation, if you want to look it up. And I have to say, they do some amazing things. They support all nonprofits, but it's such a range of healthcare centers, food banks, animal rescues, historical society. There's a ballet company, senior center, children's learning center, libraries. So they do so much for Chester County, and it's set up to be a support. And as they have this arm of it for the COVID response fund. So Gallery 222 is definitely cutting a check. So this is definitely our give back to a local charity with local work from our local artist. So I cannot be more grateful to the 18 artists.
Well, Andrea, and what's interesting about the Chester County Rapid Response Fund is that when you buy a piece of art, the money is going to local nonprofits, Chester County nonprofits.
Yes.
So it's the nonprofits that haven't been able to raise the money.
Right.
Because everyone is suffering from
COVID.
Yes. Feeding, even just as simple as getting food.
Yes.
To people.
I know, it is so true. And, the nonprofits, I think, is definitely one of the harder hit industries from this past year. But let's talk about this amazing art and how phenomenal it makes us feel. So we have Michele Byrne's. I love this farmer's market. It's amazing. Her people, her light, her composition is just, it could be in anyone's backyard. But that was from our Malvern plein air, so lucky to have it.
This one from Jacalyn, I love the name and I love the painting.
Kiss Me. I love it too.
It's just so whimsical.
Yes. There is definitely, you can feel the motion.
Isn't she known for her plein air painting too? So it makes it interesting that that's the fish.
I know. It is. So the one thing we're going to do later on in the month is do our table talks. We started to do it last year, and so we are coming back with it. And there's 3 segments we're going to have this month. And the first segment is the artists that are teachers. So I'm going to talk with Randall, Fred Danziger, and Elise Phillips. I kind of want to know what their year was like. How did they change, pivot to go from an in-person classroom to, Zoom. But we'll find out more about actually how they're doing it. So that's next week, Tuesday. I'm going to sit down. It's going to be a Zoom format, so look for things on our page. And then the following week, we're going to sit down with designers. So that's going to be super fun. It's going to be Weir and Kristi Gilfillan. So that is Thursday, the March 25th. So I'm anxious to talk with them on just kind of trends everybody's doing in their home, what they have seen. I know Kristi has had a lot of work. She worked just recently with my neighbor. So she is definitely in the thick of things and reorganizing or laying out things. Everybody has a home project. So I'm anxious to talk to her and Jan. And then the third session is I want to sit down with the plein air artist. So that will be interesting. So that's with Jacalyn Beam, Elaine Lyles, and Valerie Craig. And I just want to know what is happening in the plein air world. They usually, plein air means to paint outside, for those who don't know that. And they have competitions, and they're national, a lot of nationally ranked plein air competitions. I don't know how they did it. I don't know if they were just canceled, postponed, or maybe they did it online, virtual. So we're going to sit down and talk to them to see how their year was. Did they travel at all? Probably not, because I know Jacalyn is one where she is traveling twice a month in her busy, going from one plein air to the next. So I just want to actually touch base with them and see what's happening in that world.
Jill loved the fish too.
Oh, good. I love that fish painting. That was Jacalyn Beam.
Oh, Fred's on, and he says he really loves the new pieces from Jeremy.
Oh, I know.
We want to go back?
Yes, let's do that, because I was talking. So they are pencil on paper. And I feel sometimes pencil's tough. They don't photograph well, but in person, it's stunning. And he is such a technician. If you look at the paper, it's actually cut out. It's matted. I can't even explain it. You have to experience this.
Dimensional. It seems like, yeah.
Yes, it's just phenomenal. And his style has evolved over, my goodness. I bought his bird. That was also pencil back, I think it was 2016. I love it. And he's gone kind of in a different direction, but now it seems like he's making his way back to the pencil, but who knows, that artists are always all over the place, which I think makes it so exciting.
Kristi's on here as well, and she agrees with Fred and you guys. She loves Jeremy's pencil work.
Yeah, fantastic. Love it.
And back to these, I have to say, it kind of feels like these are the days we've had. Just the last 2 days, the blue skies.
I know, on the East Coast, it's been very nice. I was washing my windows at the gallery today. Everybody was out saying hello, tooting the horn. It was actually a very fun day. So here's Radhika work. Her work is watercolor. These are local scenes. So this is Radnor Hunt, both of them, and that's right down the street. And they're just really well done. She's a master in watercolor. Rumor has it, though, she's moving into oil. Again, artists can go in and out of things. So she was discussing her giving it a go with oil. We have Elise Phillips. Now that piece, I have to say, I stole from the cottage. That's from our Malvern plein air. Gosh, what was it? Not this past year, the year before that. I just love that. Meet me on the front porch.
This has got to be Monique.
Yes.
You know it when you see it.
You always know her style. She's so gifted and generous, because not only is she donating all her proceeds from the show to the COVID relief fund, but she's brought in coffee mugs. And for anyone who buys from the show, is
in-house.
walk away. In-house.
In-house.
Yes. I'm not shipping.
Yes.
in-house, she gets the mug, so a coffee mug, which is beautiful. I'll show you a little later. And then this is the main gallery.
Yes, we can start over here.
Yeah. We've already had a few red dots. I am so grateful. I cannot say it enough for my collectors. And the collectors that feel comfortable enough, again, with me and with the artists that they're buying online. I mean, online can be very tricky, but I think it's kind of a confidence thing. And once you do it, you get a little bit more accustomed to it. And I cannot thank my collectors enough for trusting me and buying online and shipping. I've done the no contact delivery too when it's local. So it's really been a busy year, which is thanks to my collectors. Again, so thankful.
These three are Elaine, correct?
Yes, Elaine Lyles. So she's a plein air artist. So she's one of the gals that I'm going to be talking to in a couple weeks. She has definitely like a vibrant like color chroma that pops, and you always know her work. It's like a signature, but they're beautiful. And then we have our Kristi Gilfillan. She's local. That's a local scene. She is going to be one of the designers. She's the one who's actually, she works, I believe, on layouts of rooms, and she's very spatial. You can tell that in her painting. It's like she has that spatial genius. And Barbara Berry, she, the last show I had with Barbara, she gave me pastels. So she's moving more into oil, which is exciting for her. And I love it.
Radhika says, really awesome show.
Oh, good. I think it is, really is. It's just what we need right now with the vibrant colors, especially this wall. The way I hung it, they all have like an orangey color. I just love the
This one's
vibrant.
just unbelievable.
Yeah, that's Elaine. So that's sold. It is beautiful.
Just look at that.
And then we didn't talk about Fred's garden before. Fred, he's a genius. You see his other piece when we get to it. So that's Barbara Berry.
I love the frame with that too.
I know. Frames are tough, you know. I feel like it's very personal. I get questions all the time about frames, and it really, you know, is a personal choice. A lot of people have been doing online buying frames, which is new. I never have done that, and I'm starting to buy more online with frames.
Fred says, Barbara Berry, great backlighting effect.
Yes. Look at that. Yep.
You know, it's amazing, Andrea, and you kind of mentioned it while you were away, that, you know, some other galleries really try to, you know, they get artists from across the country. But the great thing about our area is that we have great artists right here.
Yes.
You don't need to look very far to find your artists.
I know. I think some people put their nose up when I say, oh, I show, you know, local artists. And it's not the case, because we have Patha in our backyard, which is in Philadelphia. We have Wyatt Country. And Westchester is so known for their artists. And Phoenixville, the other side. So we have, you know, surrounded by areas that have amazing teachers. And I think art is dictated by the teachers that have learned from masters. So I know a gallery owner that went down to an area in Florida, and she opened up a gallery, and she couldn't show any of the local artists. They just were not up to snuff. So it's something I took for granted when I opened the gallery. I just wanted an art gallery that I knew so many artists, but I didn't realize what a hotbed our area is for talent. And I really do think it's the influence of PAFA being our backyard and Wyeth Country.
Well, and it's also generational too. It's not like you have, you've got the young artists and all of that. You had the young woman that's downtown.
Oh yeah, Scott?
Yes.
Yes.
You have all sorts.
Yeah, she's doing murals now, which is so exciting for her. So this is Alicia, Asselta. I love her work. Talk about young. She's young, vibrant, and just she's killing it.
You know me, I like her cows.
Yes.
Kristi says, and you are great to bring all us local artists together.
Yes.
What's great, and it's another thing, is you've really created a family with your artists.
Yeah.
That's the one great thing. Gallery 222, it's a family of artists. They don't compete.
No.
They appreciate each other. Anytime, one of these days when we're able to have that event with all of the artists, it's such a shame because the 18 of them, that would have been one really good party.
Fun party.
Yeah.
I know. I often, people come in and out, and I'm shocked when artists don't know each other. Because I just think, this is such a close knit, and they showed at different times that they didn't get to meet, and I'm always surprised. I'm like, oh, you don't know each other? Oh my goodness.
You will now.
Right.
All right, and then we got Jan Weir, one of our cottage artists.
Phenomenal.
Alicia says she's not that young.
Jen, I have to say, does do our cupcakes, and they are so special, so whimsical, so lovely. But her landscapes are killer. They really are. And there's a few more coming up that are just loose and vibrant and just like luscious, layered and luscious.
So many different styles Jan can do, from her more, I don't want to say formal, but versus her abstract and the cupcakes and bunnies, and it's just wonderful.
I know, we're going to roll out bunnies next week.
Shh, it's a secret.
They're adorable.
Now this piece, can we talk about like over a mantle?
I know.
It
is almost like you don't need a window because you have sunshine coming in from the painting. To Brighten Your Day is a perfect title that Elise named it. And it's just, she's known for her atmospheric type painting, and this is a still life, and yet she still captures it. It's just so lovely.
Well, that's the interesting part, because she does do the atmosphere and the horses and the plein air and that kind of stuff. So to see this still life.
Yeah, you can see how it all translates and totally works.
It's just, Jan agrees. Elise's daffodils are gorgeous. We concur.
Well,
this is another Jan, correct?
I love this. This is Jan.
That's fun.
And this I love. I love the sky all the way down to her.
I love the little flowers.
Yes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
That's one of the things in regards to decor, because we know you're going to talk with her and Kristi about that. But it's got the little pop of colors in here that you can have so much fun with, that would only bring out the painting colors a little bit more.
Right, it will totally work.
It's just fun.
Yes. And then Fred, he has the garden that we saw back there, and now this is the falls, and oh my goodness, he's a master. No words. Just look at the painting. It's just fabulous. I think I can hear the water.
Amy Phillips Iverson, Andrea, you've done a great job at doing things virtually during this very trying time.
Thank you. Well, I have to thank my marketing team, CS Brand Group, but yes, we really were scared a year ago, if you remember, Sarah. I mean, it was like the rug was swept from underneath us, but that was for everybody. And we really did navigate through it. This is Valerie Craig. I have to talk about her. Oh my goodness, I just love her work. And here's two. One's a still life and one is a landscape. And both beautiful.
Yeah, I was about to say you're
like if you had to choose which one would you choose, you can't, because they're both so strong and so lovely. I mean, I had to put them together. I just had to put them together for some reason.
And once again, just the little bits of pops of color and the layering on.
Yeah.
It's interesting always to see the plein air artists when they do a still life as well.
I know.
I love seeing their take on them.
So good. And then this is Brandy's.
Yeah, not surprised this one. Yeah, not surprised. It's funny because Randy, I think, posted this on his Instagram story, and just as fast, we had to tell him it was sold.
Yeah, just
look at that sky.
Yeah, I love it.
We agree, Barbara. It is stunning.
Yeah. And then that's a Jacalyn piece. That's also a winter scene. I think she's so clever with her titles. Dressed up for winter. I just love it. And that's unfair. That the light's not catching that as well. I'll have to adjust that light up there.
Carol says, "Ooh, love the landscape by Valerie."
Yes.
Now this is a fun wall.
I know. I had to put these together. Actually, two were designated for Gallery 222, but they sold even before they got on the wall, thanks to Jacalyn. And she brought her these three, and just, I love it. You can see the movement. You can feel the movement. Her horses are so well done. It's everything. That is just phenomenal.
And looking at the brush strokes.
Yeah.
That just define the horses and the people. It's just amazing. The layering.
And if you have seen her, she did a demo here last year. I guess so. It had to be before the pandemic, right?
Yep.
So to see her in action is really interesting, because I have to say she's all over, and then you're wondering how it's all gonna come together, and it comes together. But she is really interesting to watch paint. If you have a chance to watch Jacalyn paint, it is definitely worth it.
I love the purple and lavender hues in this one.
Her color choice, it's like, I know.
Well, you just wouldn't expect that, and it's.
Yeah. So this is the mugs that Monique has generously given to us. So sweet. And again, this is Monique on the wall. This is classic Monique. I just love this still life. I love her vases. I love all the colors she pulls out.
Well, and Andrea, honestly, when you sent out an email to the 18 artists, I mean, they didn't even hesitate.
No.
There was not a hesitation in 18.
I'm in.
Yeah.
You saw the emails. I'm in. So this is Denise Sedor.
No, Denise.
These are just these sweet landscapes. And one is the National Memorial Arch over there in Valley Forge. And the other is also Valley Forge. So the idea was to get the artist close to home and benefit a charity, close to home. So I think we pulled it off. and it's a beautiful exhibit. I am here Wednesday through Saturday, 11 to 5. Last month we had by appointment only. This month we're back to usual, Wednesday through Saturday, 11 to 5. I am online, so you can buy online, gallery222malvern.com. I think that's it, and you're really helping people in need. So
Close to home.
Close to home. Thank you. I appreciate you tuning in.